sometimes is you reach those milestones and you surpass them, and you don't take a second to be like, oh shit, I did that shit.
Reflection.
You know what I'm saying? Like I completed that shit. I know what I'm doing. It's cool. Everything is working. Like I'm really in that point now in my life, and being able to sit back and reflect and seeing the fruits of my labor. Like
totally 360. I never even thought about doing like a podcast. I mean, I was always into acting and everything, but never like a podcast to sit there and speak. Cause I don't, until now I haven't really listened to podcasts because I don't, like my attention span is like, bad.
Believing others of shit they can do themselves and stop giving people your power. Like that one that harness. So just always believe in it. Yo, if you want to turn around and start shit, I don't care. You want to turn around and start a shirt company. Believe in that shit. Don't go betting on somebody else who had the idea. Be the one who has the idea. Be the one that's actually put it in achieving it.
Welcome back. I go by the name of Chocolate Dad.
It's your boy Sire, aka Sire.
It's your boy Styles.
It's your man 95. As always, we appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you continue to like, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Appreciate everybody for joining in.
News, baby.
That's a fact.
Pick them up.
I hope everybody had a great and safe holiday. Another one coming up. We got the new year already.
The days.
2021 flew.
Did it really?
Yeah, I really did.
Like
Certain months did, and then some months was like dragged. Like I feel like November dragged. Like August.
Nah, November didn't drag.
Yeah, November didn't drag.
Yeah, to me it dragged.
I felt for me that drag was September and October because that's the bad time.
That was another one too.
It's all birthdays. So that shit drags. Like it's like I'm like, can this be over? Like,
nah, for me, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like I remember like New Year's because Becca's birthday is New Year's. I remember we was doing a celebration thing for her cousins, and that's when like Jack's first got his teeth. And all of a sudden now it's December, and he got like a full 32, and I'm like, the hell, bro? So I don't know. This year, like a lot has happened, and it's like for me, in my opinion, like just my experience, just my opinion, my experience, it definitely flew by. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I feel like for me, from my perspective, friends, family, work, and even with the show and the podcast and you guys, 2021 has been a fire year.
Definitely.
Fire fucking year.
It's been a good money year too, I ain't gonna lie. Pandemic hit.
Yeah.
I reap no benefits of that shit.
Nah, this is
Yeah, you didn't want to, that's why.
I knew it would be locked up. That's it.
All the PPP, niggas ain't going nowhere. Niggas ain't going except for that one stupid nigga who bought a Lambo truck and
G-Wagon, right?
And I don't know what he bought, but whatever it was, it wasn't worth him getting 9 years in jail.
At all.
No, they say he blew his money on strippers. He bought a Lambo truck and blew his money on strippers. Like he didn't get nothing out of that.
Like that's of all the things in the world. Like,
you getting that?
You can buy like
but for a certain amount of time in jail, make some money, lock me up.
Yeah, 9 years though.
But 9 years and you got nothing, bro.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's what I'm saying. If he had, hopefully that's the only thing the news reported, but hopefully he got some he put that money somewhere.
That's different.
Honestly, God, even 10 mil, bro. If they're gonna catch me, listen, man, the amount of offshore, the amount of other shell corps and shit I'm gonna have, when I get out, I'm gonna be late.
It's on y'all to set some up for me. Like, y'all. We're gonna talk about that.
Yo, listen. I'll tell you right now.
New Year's been good.
I'll tell you right now. If it was up to me and it was on me, catch me if you can. I'm buying me some artwork and a couple of watches gonna appraise. So when I get home and I get my stuff back, I just get my bread back. I can be back up. But
see, I'm not even trying to get back. I'm gonna really be up while I'm in jail.
I mean, you gotta get back up, nigga. You was in
You down at that point.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When I come home, my shit's gonna be worth more than when I left it.
Yeah, so we're trying to get into all that.
Anyhow,
we don't condone any crime.
Nah, we all law-abiding citizens.
Nah, this all part of the show. We gonna do with Power Chapter 19. All that shit.
Let's go around the room and do yearly wrap up, and just personally, just like whatever socially, whatever how you want to go about it. Let's start with Styles first.
Damn. I was hoping you were the Steve, so I had some time to think about it.
Nah, I keep myself time. So.
I ain't mad at you. Nah, it was definitely a dope year. I can't even front. Like, one of the best. You know, when I say best, is as far as internally. I learned a lot about myself. I accomplished a lot. You know, certain things that I wanted to do past years that I was able to just focus on getting it done. But, you know, of course, getting a promotion. Just doing this is out of my, I wouldn't say it's out of my comfort, but you know, Chris was saying, I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. He's like, nah, pull up. And then now, yeah, so yeah, I'm good. It was just more me.
If they go back to the first episode, right? you wasn't saying nothing. Like,
between season 1, between episode 1 and 10, I think Styles said about 10 words.
But it was powerful
when he spoke.
It's so powerful, we made fucking t-shirts out of him.
But yeah, I learned, like, even that, it made me, I learned a lot. Like, as far as that, my comfort, getting out my comfort zone, learning that, you know, what I'm capable of doing. You know, me being more like kind of what you're saying, being you said that some people are insecure.
I said a lot of things.
Yeah, but when people say insecure, like there's things that I was insecure about that I found my way to be more secure about, and all it was just trying it or just putting the efforts in there. Like I said, there's a lot of growth internally, outside, of course, work-wise, doing this, you know, hanging out with you guys, you know. It was a dope year. Like, you know, I'm looking forward for the next year. I mean, it doesn't start over with the next year, but just carry over, just be better than I was doing this year and do even more, honestly.
No, what you got?
I am genuinely happy. I don't need for anything. You know, my family is good. My mom is doing good. You know, the kids are great. You know, all her grandbabies, you know, my nieces, nephews, my son, daughter, my fiance, brothers, sisters, my friends, family. At least to what I know when I tap in with you know, my friends, and at least I'm genuinely happy, and I'm very happy in the position that I am in my life right now. I do strive for more every single day, but I think for me, what it is as you get older, you always like set certain goals for yourself, right? Like, oh, I want to be by the time I'm this age, I want to be doing this. By the time I'm this age, I want to be doing that, right? And for me, what happens sometimes is you reach those milestones and you surpass them, and you don't take a second to be like, oh shit, I did that shit.
Reflection.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I completed that shit. I know what I'm doing. It's cool. Everything is working. Like, I'm really in that point now in my life, and being able to sit back and reflect and seeing the fruits of my labor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the bills is paid on time. We get what we want when we want it. Like, if we want to go out to eat, we can go out to eat. Like I said, the family's good, work is good. You know, to start a new position, you know, last month, and like genuinely like happy with everything. You know, how I am mentally, physically, how everybody around me is interacting, how the business is blooming, and how the podcast is going. I'm just happy. I'm not happy about fucking gas prices though. That's one thing I'm happy about. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, filling that goddamn truck up every single time, and like, oh, can we go? No, we ain't going out of goddamn place.
You a different kind of baller with a car now, man. The kind of money you spend to fill up that gas tank.
No, you fill a tank up now. Like me personally, I am take a sip for like a day or two if I can feel good.
Yeah.
Nah, like I feel. You know what I do? What I do? I purposely let my shit go to the point that the light comes on, and then that's
what I'm at now.
Yo, when I fill it up,
you was like that.
I fill it up on my way home. That's the thing. I fill it up on my way home. So now when I get home, I sit in the car in the garage. I'm like, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. First of all, the fact that I was able to fill this thing up, Yeah, I'm all the way. I'm all the way with that shit. And I'm like,
gas is so expensive now. Niggas, I need gas money. Wherever you going, bro. I don't care if I'm going. I was already going. I need gas money.
Now if I gotta go from my crib to go get you, and I gotta get you, and then hey, where we going? Nah, I'm gonna need a piece of for that because this shit is tight.
Yep. Yeah, if I ain't know that.
We're going to the same place, right? I get it. Niggas like, you know, shit pretty good. All right, but now gas prices is different, right? I don't have to go your way.
Yeah, I could just say I go by myself.
I just go home and you can get out the rest.
If you ain't outside, you ain't flying down and down.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same way, but he ain't stopping.
He ain't dropping you
He ain't stopping. Like, the bus made past the stop. He made, all right, bus made courage and stop. All right, come on now. Dollar is on now.
They keep going.
Especially if you're late night and they ain't flying by. You ain't even shit like this.
And truthfully, you save a lot more gas when you just keep going. You ain't that stop and go kills you. But I mean, other than gas prices right now, like I said, I'm truly happy. I am not gonna say I'm content because I know I want more and I'm gonna achieve it. I'm gonna get more because 2021. I mean, we lived 2020 through the start of the pandemic, going through the pandemic, isolation, so much that's going on. You know, we started this podcast, learn things about ourselves and been better. But for me, like 2021 has been straight, like foot on your neck season, like straight strangulation. Like I'm squeezing everything out of every penny and every kind of source that I can because working is fucking ghetto, bro.
Yo, man.
Working is ghetto. Whoever decided that, you gotta do a job 5 days a week, that shit is ghetto, bro.
What I'm hoping is, I seen the other day, might be fake news. You know it's fake news.
Oh, that's 1,500 or something like that?
Nah,
that's
4-day work week now.
Oh, yeah?
If they pass that, bro, it's lit.
I need to do more research because if you're gonna pay me my current salary to work 4 days, I'm cool with that.
Story, yeah.
But if you're gonna just pay me worth of like, all right, I'm working 32 hours.
That's not gonna work for everybody. That's
I'm not doing that.
That shit goes bang.
Because you know what's gonna happen is that you got some people that's gonna have to work weekends. Let's say if it's Monday through Sunday, let's say some people that's working.
One day. So it's really not like a full weekend.
No, yeah, they gotta shift so people gonna be Monday through Thursday.
Work more hours a day.
No. Unless they do Monday through Thursday, people.
But I did have a job like that. Years ago when I worked at Geico, I only worked 4 days a week, where I worked Sunday, Monday, 10 hours, was off Tuesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, 10 hours, and off Friday, Saturday. And that was probably one of my best lit schedules. I'm good with that.
But what happened to people that work salary, though?
The job I had before
for them.
was kind of good, was with the armor truck, right? So it's so much long hours where you can rack in 40 hours in 3 days. So if you want to come in for 40, it's cool. But
that's how people gonna milk it, though.
But yeah, of course.
That's what they gonna do.
So the rule the company had was, in a single day, if you work 15 hours or more, you don't have to come in and work the next day. So if I'm on off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You gonna think out the hours.
I'm on Friday, Saturday, right? I mean Saturday, Sunday, right? Thursday, I'm gonna rock out that 15 hours. And mind you, the 15 hours, it sounds crazy to certain people, right? 15 hours though.
Yeah.
But no, we start that day at 5:45 a.m.
So you getting out.
That 15 hours is really nothing. Really
8 o'clock, I think you get out.
It's really like 9, 10, but like.
Who cares? You off.
Sacrifice those extra hours to have a
3-day weekend.
So we went back out like, yo, I was looking at like, listen, started the morning like, yo, y'all want to go home early today? Y'all want to make some money today? What y'all want to do?
I'm curious about that. But then what about teachers? How teachers gonna do that? They can't do that.
That's what I'm thinking in my mind when I just brought it up. I'm thinking if they do Monday through Friday for the school day, I think they're gonna make the school start at 8. And the kids is in there to like 5 or 6. Yeah, so teachers extend the hours. So and the kids can't really complain because they get a Friday off.
Yeah,
kids love that.
That would change. I don't know. I mean, anything.
I'd rather work Friday and start the week off on a Tuesday.
Yeah. I agree.
You know why that's clutch? Because 10 years ago, I wouldn't agree with that. But as an adult now,
I would have said the same.
My Sundays are so clutch and important because think about it, right? Like, aside from just like all the things you could do with your kids, say you want to just go out and hang with your family. You can go do brunch, a day party, whatever. You be home 9 o'clock smack watching Insecure and be right. So you gotta be
back now to the rapper, right?
So I'm already good.
My 2021 rapper, right? I'll probably do like about I got a lot of things to digress and break down in certain areas, right? So, start off with overall, 2021 been phenomenal for me, been good. Me personally, I call this my growing year. As an adult, like an adult, whatever. I learned a lot this year, and I like did a lot of things that I normally wouldn't have done in the years prior. But this is my learning year, so I learned to just say, like Steve was, let go and let God figure it out. So
listen to Steve.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't listen to Steve.
So
Don't fucking listen to me.
I
don't know what I'm talking about.
That's cool.
I don't know.
Like I told y'all, I like to learn from people around and pick and take things. So when me doing that over this year, I learned to pick a lot of things. I learned a lot about myself, a lot of things I need to work on versus things I got down pat. A lot of things that I have improved throughout the year. So from the start of the year to now, like I learned this personally a lot of like feelings wise, vulnerability, things like that, right? It's not 100%, not even half. But for me, it's a progress, right? So then there's me interacting with my family, how to adapt to your family, what to do, the do's and the don'ts. I learned all that. I'm still learning. I feel like I'm never gonna stop learning, right? So I learned that, still learning that, but I learned how to juggle, handle things better. That make any sense?
Yeah, I do.
Like, because I put myself, being out there to my let go, let God, with that phrase alone, I did a lot with that. I just said, F it, we gonna jump. Like, I have to, because I'm overthinking sometimes. Yeah. I'm overthinker, not with everything, just for myself. So I overthink things in life that I'm doing that I feel like it's not enough, but it's really enough already, like in the outside looking in. So there's something I want to shout out. I want to shout out my big K-Dog, Kendall. I want to shout him out definitely because me and him speak, and one thing he told me was we need to start celebrating every accomplishment as if it's huge, no matter how big or small it is.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And like me, I felt at a time throughout this year, like I accomplished something. I don't like telling my accomplishment to certain people, or like this in general, that's just how I want to be, right? So I told him something, and he was like, "Yo, bro, we gotta celebrate." So I'm like, "Nah, bro, we celebrate. He's like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? What you mean? No matter how it's accomplishment, you hit a milestone. Let's do it. Like, you gotta celebrate, yo. Let's." So I was like,
everything gotta be.
The energy he gave me was like so exciting. I was like, damn. Like I was like, I gotta celebrate. Like maybe celebrate every when we talk, he's like, yo, you have to celebrate every accomplishment, no matter how small or big it is. You celebrate it the same way. No matter if it's small or big or medium, you do the same thing. So I was like, damn, I did something right. Then I was like, yo, bro, I thought you should have been did this, but I'm here now. I'm trying to do the next thing. He's like, no, stop. Celebrate that. Then we get to the next step when you get there. But right now, let's embrace that, celebrate that to make yourself feel good on what you have done. Mm-hmm. So I started doing that. Like, last 5 months, I started doing that. And just me celebrating made me feel better.
Different, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because normally I'm like, I'm doing this, all right, whatever, I'm off that. And I pause real quick, celebrate it. Whatever it is, celebrate. Everybody has their own thing. I celebrate.
However way you do it.
However how you do it, just to celebrate it.
That's real. I never thought about that.
Yeah, but I started celebrating small accomplishments. And me doing that, right, I realized how much more I have accomplished. Mm-hmm. Because before I wouldn't celebrate it, so I wouldn't acknowledge it. Once you start celebrating small accomplishments, you realize, yo, I've done a lot.
Yeah.
I accomplished a lot.
Because one thing with that, and that falls into, last season when I talked about sort of like imposter syndrome, because what we tend to do, and shout out to K-Dog for acknowledging that and talking to you about that, because when we don't acknowledge that we've reached that next milestone, that goal that we want to reach, we feel like we didn't actually put that work in. Mm-hmm. I bust my ass trying to get this shit, bro. I crawl out. I fucking had cup noodle soups. Cup noodle soups. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, you when you reach that goal, I agree with that. You do gotta celebrate and realize, all right, I accomplished this. Now that I've accomplished this, I can reflect and be like, okay, the way that I got to where I'm at, if I keep on going it, I'm going to get to where I want to go and keep going. So shout out to him for that.
Somebody said something real quick, add on to that, because I remember somebody said, I forget who it was. It might have been even a rapper. he was saying like, you know, people go chasing for that gold to get the Grammy or something like that. But once you get the Grammy, there's no coming back to that time, you know, when the journey there. That's really what is the biggest celebration. It's not really once you get the Grammy or whatever, you got it. There's no, you can't now reflect back to it. You got to embrace it while it's happening. But I agree, like that we tend to just not celebrate and just carry on.
I've done it a lot, and now thinking back, I look back at a lot of things that I accomplished, and I'm just like,
you just walk past it.
I gotta pat myself in the back, like, yo, like, I did my thing, like I did what was needed, and you know, also like, you know what I mean. Well, my lady give me my flowers as needed, and like, yo, cause she know how I am with certain things, like with personally, like I need to get this. She like, yo, we good, things is rolling. Why you being so, you know? And I'm like, nah, I honestly sit back and think like, yeah, you're right. Like things, we good. We ain't got no worries. Like we alright, you know. But like that this year, why I said learning is like I understood these things. Normally I probably would like brush it off and like, but now I understood it, embrace it, and now I respond to it. Go, all right, let me take this out. So all for personal, right? This is year overall been great. This in every area I feel. Just in life, family, personally, work, everything. And, you know, I want to get a new job. That's better. I want to do a lot of other things. And that's just me taking the whole leap. Like, yo, I'm just going to do this. It's working out. It's great. Everything rolling. Start the podcast this year. We just roll with it. It's doing great. And, like, overall, I just been learning to reconnect and do things, like, amongst my friends and, like, connect more with certain people in certain areas. And that's something that I felt I hadn't done in the past. So that's something that I felt like, for me, that was important. For me to connect with certain people in certain areas. So that, and for me, that's big.
That's big, yeah.
Because, like, I was the type of person that was to do that, like, prior years or, like, in general. So, like, that's a step of the growth for me. And, like, just overall, like, this year been good. Like I'm going to continue to work and do better and do things the best way I can. Following year, I only need a year to like make me do things or like whatever, but we'll get into that next. But yeah, like this year been good.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Your time, brother.
Just I guess a yearly wrap up, just like Uncle Murder would do, to just highlight some of the key things that happened during this year for me. We thought about the podcast. Well, Chris thought about it, and we came together. I think the first time we was real serious about it was at my birthday party, and then we took the picture. Said we would definitely do it, but then we started at the top of the new year.
Yeah, our first episode.
A few weeks after that.
Yeah, the first time we recorded was like the week before. Like honestly, it's about to be the same exact week, almost a year today, because it was right before New Year's.
Yep,
it was OD snow outside.
I believe it was the day after Christmas. The day of the 27th.
Yeah, it's like 27th.
One of them days, I don't know.
Yeah, right. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it was because I remember it was
almost a year to this day. Yep.
It was cold as fuck.
That's a fact.
New Devon was cold as fuck.
It was rough getting around the city.
So that was our first episode, but we didn't really upload anything until
let's try this out.
That was us seeing, what we're capable of doing. And so now coming into the new year, now we're in January. I think our first episode dropped
April 16th.
Yeah.
It was April 16th?
Yeah, we shot like 10 episodes before.
We shot like 4 or 5 that we still never uploaded.
Yeah.
Then we waited for the logo. Shout out to you guys for the great logo work. Me and Sal just sat there.
I'm like, don't do that.
So we waited because we wanted to make sure it was right. We got the logo on. We had the episode. We had to figure out how we're gonna kick this off. Then
so now
took a few months. But.
So this is like our baby right here, man. We all men right here got a baby.
So now this was different for me. Like totally 360. I never even thought about doing like a podcast. I mean, I was always into acting and everything, but never like a podcast to sit there and speak. Because I don't, until now, I haven't really listened to podcasts because I don't, like, my attention span is like,
ADD,
bad.
Huh?
I got all the deep pause. Yeah. So
You know, all the what?
I didn't even think about it until you brought it up. So this is a milestone for me, a step, because I know this will definitely take off and take us in a different direction in life. From there, I purchased a home with my lady in Long Island. That was like a major milestone for me. I said, at this point, I'm 30, and I said by 30, that was my goal to get a house.
I was with you that day. On your birthday when we was in Tulum, when we came back around that, you got that call.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the best birthday shit ever. Like,
it was on my birthday.
It's funny, we had no service.
Yeah.
That call went
the
through.
one phone call that came through,
Wow.
we literally ran back, and it was like, he was like,
Yeah.
he told me got the crib.
Yeah. So,
Like, I was like,
but that crib didn't go through because it
Oh, it wasn't
was
for this one that you have.
No, it was a process. We was looking. We was like, no, you're right. You're right though. You're right.
Should have wrote that, Steve. Go on, man.
Nah.
Roll with that.
No, but no, I'm gonna get to a point. So I did get the call on my birthday. Like I said, there was no service out there. Where we was at had no service, and then my phone just happened to ring. I picked up. He's like, yeah, so they accepted your offer. Blah blah blah. Let's close it when you get back. So. But the process to put down a down payment took, I guess, they was rushing it, and it didn't fall through because I guess we told too many people. We was too excited, as opposed to just holding it in and getting things done. And I feel like just the energy in the air just messed it all up. But then we was able to find another crib like the next couple weeks later. So and it still worked out. So we I did that this year. I think that's for me. That as far as like,
I mean, those are big accomplishments.
That's the biggest for me.
Like,
yeah.
Like, listen, I want to say this, right? So we have a tendency to, like I mentioned before, that when we achieve a certain goal, I'm like, that's what I should do. But like, if you think about it, like at 30 years old, like 30 is not old. Like 30 is young as fuck.
That's mid-age.
You know, like not even that.
I know,
right? So at 30 years old,
hold your horses.
right, to have a kid, have a lady, purchase a home, right? And
during the pandemic at that.
No, let me not say that. You bought a house and you made it a home, which is two distinctly different things.
Facts.
And I want to say that I am extremely proud and happy for you because you don't see it publicized nearly enough where young men of color who are in a career field doing the things that they set out to do, accomplish them and be celebrated for them, right? You think, oh man, like I gotta work for 40 years and retire and I can buy a crib, or I gotta keep doing this. Like no, you and your lady set out goal, got it done, live in a home. You've been to that home many times. We done have barbecues, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Hang out in the basement, play 2K, all that shit. It's like to see that and to see like where we come from, like from Flatbush, East Flatbush, where we come from, to be able to accomplish that. I want to say I salute. I am extremely proud of all three of you. You know what I'm saying? Saya the same, because when you call me about some miscellaneous shit, and I mean, whatever it is, it's cool. Y'all know I'm picking up my phone. But when we talked about, what I'm saying, your transition, what you got going on, and I'm like, yo, like, son, like, I remember when you was skinny, nigga.
Yeah,
I remember when Saya was skinny and had fucking braids.
years ago.
And when the first thing that was popping in my head, I'm like, yo, like, son, yo.
I think he used to run from cops.
Like, he's fucking doing his thing, and I'm so happy and proud of you. Like,
Appreciate that.
For sure, man. And I want to make sure that you guys know that I want to celebrate and give you guys your flowers because of all that you guys do. And this is like the fucking beginning. Like right here is the fucking basement of where we're trying to get going with this life, accomplishments and everything thereafter.
Even the podcast of where we came from.
Right, like it was
like
a concept.
The growth of what it was.
Matter of fact, I remember being at, shout out my man Nero, we was at his crib for a Halloween party. That's when MJ had the dog shit on. And he was not with that shit at all. He was tight as fuck. And we was talking about it. And you said to Tia, yeah, you know, me and Chris and that, we think about starting a podcast and we're going to see what's going on. Like in that moment, like I'm looking around, I'm seeing like that we got fathers here, dope dads, black dads who are taking care of their families, taking care of their kids. I'm like, yo, this is some shit we got to fucking talk about. Like we got some shit to fucking say. You know what I'm saying? And I had met Styles, we talked about it in the past, I met him at work and, he and I just clicked because, like, I'm a firm believer in energy. And people who be around you are either going to uplift you or they're going to use you. Like, like Fab Line, either you're beneficial or you're beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And he and I gets to chopping it up over the years and what kind of going on. And he and I set out for the same goal in terms of work, right? And I hit a certain tag, a certain benchmark, right? And then he's, continuously working and grooming and building. And then one thing I'm always going to say, no matter what I'm doing or what my friends are doing, right? One thing we all have in common is like, if we get into some shit, like, we're not closing the door behind us. Like, we're gonna fucking jam that shit. We're gonna fucking jimmy the window one way or another. Niggas we getting in this motherfucking party. We turn this shit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So the opportunity presented itself and you went and you showed out and showed what you had to do and your worth. And now you are in the position that you are in. And that's nothing to do with me. That had all to do with you and your hard work and dedication. And I want to salute you and applaud you and everything that you're doing, right? And collectively as black men, that was my goal with this podcast to start with. Like, we don't talk about what we do and how we are enough for the people that come behind us. Not just our kids, but there might be another young man who might watch this. You know what I'm saying? It might be a young lady who watches this and say, tell her man, like, yo, you should watch this. You know what I'm saying? This might be helpful for you or whatever the case is. And to see where we come in, like you said, like we dropped the first episode in April. We started recording over a year ago. And to see what it's blown up to be, like that alone has made 2021 like
phenomenal,
fucking fire for me. And I'm so happy and appreciative of you guys. I just want to make sure I let you guys know. And on top of that, Kendall, and I know we know what he's doing. He's out grooving and shaking and he's out here.
On his hustle.
You know what I'm saying? He's hustling, he's doing what he's gonna do. We appreciate you because when I had this idea, he was the first person that I hit up and I'm like, yo, I know you have an eye for certain shit that I need you with this because I'm good at planning, putting things. I can get the house fucking built. I just don't know if it's gonna look the way that I want it to look. Yeah. So I need an outside eye who's gonna be like, yo, you need to look like this. You need to put this here, put this here, put this here. And he was very instrumental and pivotal with that, right? And shout out to the Freaking Frack podcast. And that's one thing I applaud about black men, right? Like we were looking for something, we were reaching out, and they put this on, and it's like, yo, hit the studio, whatever. And that's where Preach comes into it, right? And so we reached out to Preach, and I spoke to him. I said, yo, this is what we're trying to do. From day one, he's like, yo, that's a fucking fire. And he's been helping us connect, network, talk, all that kind of shit. So that's a fact.
Wherever he is, man. Wherever he is.
Shout out there.
But you know what's so crazy I have to say with that?
He gave us the keys. We record these shits ourselves.
I gotta run and push the button real quick. Like, a lot of times people will say with black people or even men, particularly, like we don't be looking out for each other. But then just doing this shows how much support we get. Like all that shit is bullshit that people saying. It's probably such a small grammatic of what they seeing that people are doing that. But then in the what I've envisioned in us, like from us doing a live event, people showed out. From when we had our shirts, when we sell our shirts, we still on sale, right?
But New Year's special, 50% off.
People showed out, and people showed out. So I hate that term when people say that support black business. You're already supporting it. Like people's been support. I haven't felt that we haven't not got it. Yeah, like I don't know who's putting out that vision that it's not happening. Yeah, because you go on, I'm seeing people like, oh shit. I'm seeing new posts like, oh shit, you want the shirt? And it's men and women, even though it's a Daddin N Shit podcast, but everybody's doing it. So all that bullshit people saying now, black people support black people shit, especially when you just coming proper. We support everybody. Everybody supported us, and it didn't cost a thing. Besides, like you say, tell a friend, people popping up, and then they telling strangers and then random people, even the people that we just hit up, like, yo, we want to be a guest. They're not sitting there acting all Hollywood or us. They're like, yeah, give me a time and place. And of course, they got their own thing.
Shout out to all of the guests.
Yeah, everybody.
Man.
All 20 of my brothers that came through.
All 56 of the brothers that all 20 shout out to all of my
That's the fact.
Friends and other family.
This is sincerely thank you for even coming to our platform.
I appreciate you. Even
being here.
Especially those who, when we roll out the summer series, right?
Gave us their venues.
We're touring the town, the city, and everybody open up, their homes and businesses up to us. We sincerely appreciate that. And then more so than that, like the folks at home, if this has touched you in any kind of which way or resonated with you or have helped you in any kind of way, if you sent it to somebody else and that helped them, we appreciate you continuing to push that forward, right? And it's the end of the year, and one thing I fucking hate, I ain't gonna lie, I am trying to curse a lot less, but one thing I fucking hate is New Year's resolutions.
Oh, I hate them, man.
Because I'm like, yo, like real shit. If you want to change something about yourself or what you're doing,
only a New Year.
What does January 1st have to do with that shit? I fucking hate that shit, bro.
I want you and I hate it, right? But what I think that people do is more of like a psychological thing, mentally. They mentally tell themselves, oh, on the first, I'm going to do this, right? But 9 times out of 10, when they say that to do it, that may last no more than a month. And they back to whatever they say they're going to do or what they're trying to do, it fails, right?
They be like Steve paying the gym membership for a year and they ain't fucking even go.
Doing what I want, right? But yeah, we're going to talk about it.
I canceled it.
Hey,
oh, good job, Steve.
Say that $20. That's gas money, baby.
And then I joined another one I didn't go to.
You supposed to go to the gym with me.
So like the whole New Year's resolution thing is so like cliche, because it's just dumb. Because if you're gonna change, like
you don't have to have a date to do it.
Like I need somebody to tell me, yo, bro, you need to change this by this date, start this date. Because if you want to be honest with yourself and truthfully, you're gonna change it as soon as you want to change. That's one. 2, you're not gonna wait to change. 3, you don't want to keep being for yourself to change.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you want to make any sort of change,
but I'm sure we all have New Year's resolutions.
Nope.
You never have one in your life?
No. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You never have one?
All right, you know what? I'm capping. I have one. I have one.
Huh?
I don't like to think.
No.
It's all the time.
I'm capping. I have one New Year's resolution.
I mean, like,
and it's
currently or before?
Listen, I have one New Year's resolution. And as long as I've been an old enough adult to even understand what a resolution is supposed to be, my resolution, and it has nothing to do with January 1st, my resolution has always been the same exact thing every single year, through in and throughout, and I fucking hit that shit.
Own the company.
No.
You did
being better than she was the year before.
My New Year's resolution has always been a part A and part B, or 2 parts, right? It's been 1, to continuously strengthen my spiritual relationship with God and make more money the next year than I did the previous year.
So
that's it.
You want to call that a lifetime resolution than a New Year's resolution?
Yeah,
but
he's saying that I look at it.
That's why I said
I want to say it's resolution.
But that's why
it doesn't change per year. It's
right, and that's why
I've a long-term goal.
Yeah,
right.
So it doesn't have to be 2022.
So that's why I worded the way that I worded, right? It had nothing to do with January 1st. Oh, it's gonna be 2022. It had nothing to do with that shit. All it has to do with, yo, listen, my next tax return needs to be fatter than my previous tax return. And the thing with my relationship with God, like, I'm not a very, like, I don't consider myself religious. Like, I don't go to church every Sunday. I don't, that isn't what I subscribe to. Mm-hmm. But I feel as though I have a very strong relationship with God. I talk to God like he one of my niggas, like, yo, listen, man.
Did you call God nigga?
I said, one of my niggas.
One of my niggas.
One of my niggas. Hey, listen, man.
Okay.
No, listen. I started with a capital G. But at the end of the day, when I listen, every day, a single day I get in my car, whether I'm with somebody or not somebody, before I put that fucking lever in gear,
Drive, yeah.
I do something across. Why? That's for me, knowing that, yo, I want to make sure that God understands, like, yo, I'm taking a journey someplace. I want to make sure I continue to get there safely. Allow me to be as conscious as I can be and being safe in what I'm doing.
You know what's crazy? That's being religious.
I did not say I'm not religious. I'm not super religious. I was born and raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school and all that kind of stuff. There are parts about me. I didn't say I'm not religious, but I am.
103 people that don't do that.
Yeah, because he's religious, but then you religious.
For me, nothing negative about it. But I'm just saying, I'm more spiritual than it is. Like, I'm not gonna quote a Bible verse or a prayer and to say that I'm that.
Personal search.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I smoke, when I feel like no,
I was telling you all.
it's all good though. I don't smoke, y'all.
But trying the water the wine though.
If the bank allows me to. But for me, like I said, it's more about building what my spirituality is, right? Like my connection with, and it is with God, but it's also about just being more positive with everything around me, right? Correct. You know, I'm putting positivity out there, whatever, receiving positive energy, and that's just how I am. It is not for anybody else. I'm not pushing for anybody else. That's who I am. And year in and year out, I just want to continue to build on that because my life experiences help me to be better at that. Whether it's a new job, whether it's a circumstance or a situation I've been through with somebody. You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, I'm sure somebody cut me off and was doing some dickhead shit. I want to jump out the car and fucking break their fucking windows and jam them and shit. But now I'm like, okay, is that what's more beneficial for me and my family? Is that more, not just a jail or that shit? It's like, yo, like, what is that really going to do? You know what I'm saying? That's going to exacerbate more negative energy in me and my family. It's like, for what?
I'm not going to put them in that situation to be in a hole because of my mistake. And that's something,
100%.
That's something I'm learning to really pause.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about it. Do I have to do this? Because me doing this, these are the consequences. So,
correct.
So like, if I suffer these consequences, this can't get done. I'm putting my family on pause.
On the line,
or,
right?
Or in the back position.
And it don't have to do with anybody else, right? Like I know my truck will go a fucking $160, but why my fucking son's in the car, my family's in the car. Like how fast do I really want to just go home? You know what I'm saying? Like
you gonna get there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this traffic. It is what it is. Learn to accept and acknowledge certain things in that sense, right? And that's like, and so like I said, so for me, that's always been like what I consider resolutions or more so manifestations of anything else. Like just being positive and knowing like, yo, I want to achieve this next year or for the next year going forward that I'm allowed to be alive. And that's it. So that's why like people are like, yo, new year, new me, January 1st, I'm in the gym, all that kind of shit. It's like, yo, like you look like the
you know, it's too like having a New Year's resolution is like, I think I'm a big believer in living in now. And I'm not saying that people say, people say, oh, live like there's no tomorrow or whatever bullshit. But like you have to live in the now because you can't change the past and you can't predict the future. But in the moment in time you're living for it, it all just makes more sense. So a lot of times people say, man, New Year's resolution, okay, I want to go join the gym, but yo, on the 28th, you end up losing your job. So you ain't joining the gym. But then why about doing it right now? Because it's already in position for you to do it. Like me, myself, I wanted to join the gym. It wasn't something that I wanted to do for New Year's. I was like, yo, I want to see some type of change in it. A little something, Kirby. But I wanted to join the gym, so, and shout to Cole about Cover Fit. It was on the show last time. Some shit, yeah. But I just said I just want to join the gym. I wasn't say somebody's like, oh, you gonna wait for that's your New Year's resolution? I'm like, nah, and I literally said it was like Monday. I joined it on Thursday, like, and I just started going because then what ends up happening now is because of a habit of mine now. So when New Year's comes in, I'm already in the gym. You ain't gonna sit there and say, oh, you started. At that point too, you living in the moment, so it gives you room to add something else. So now the gym is out the way. Now who said I want to start? Yeah, I want to start working towards a side business. Now you ain't trying to talk about you trying to join the gym and work a side business. What's the first thing people start doing? Find excuses because they can't do neither. Live in the moment. Like, and I'm not saying live in the moment. Like I said again, I live like it's my last. It's just, you're living right now. Like, why are you worried about a month from now that you cannot control?
Now watch this. I'm gonna do a big contradiction on myself. I have a New Year's resolution. Probably the most dumbest, smallest thing ever. But
you stay home.
I'm gonna do it. Now, the reason why, like, I'm not waiting New Year's, but I'm waiting for them to open it up to do it. I'm gonna take official swimming classes. That's my thing. And I won't say New Year's resolution, but I want by next year that I take them classes and know like the ins and outs of swimming. I don't know from the hood.
Yeah, we ain't no pools.
We didn't learn how to really swim properly. We just going to the pool and figure out. Like real shit, the way you learn, it's like pushing the shit, you figure it out.
So let me ask you this, right? So I understand what you're getting at, but so say we were recording this and talking about this in March of this year. No. This is that time. You would still have this goal for the end of the year. Like, I want to learn how to swim.
No, I mean, like, I'm going to spend a million dollars because it sounds cool, this cliche is right now. But like, that's been what I wanted to do, right? The reason why I'm emphasizing it now, as labeling as a New Year's resolution, because now, the only reason I want to do this, only reason, because of my son. He likes it.
That's the only reason?
Yeah.
Nigga, what if you trying to drown? What if you just fucking drown? Nigga, like the fuck?
If I was in distress and I had to get away, I'm good. No, it's like, it's not saying I can't swim. I can save myself. Like,
oh, you want to be able to save your child.
That's what I want you to say. Like,
I'm good. Like,
got you.
I could fend for myself. That's how I grew up on that.
You sure? Because I was with you that time.
That was the time in the summer we went to Long Creek and my dumb non-fair guys decided to
the cliff jump.
Get on the cliff jump.
Yo.
20 feet deep. I don't care what nobody say. I'm in the hood, man. I grew up. I ain't never jumped 20 feet.
No, I didn't even know that existed. You jump.
Be 6 feet. That's all.
6 is the max. So me just being, I was going on the edge like, yo, yeah, I could do it. In my mind, I told myself I was pumped up. No lie.
You almost died.
We got
Son, almost died.
Listen. Y'all listen. I ain't gonna lie.
Why you saying yourself that? You say that shit. I'm saying myself.
I couldn't. I was playing that way. Yo, we got to
What's talking about with the drop?
It
wasn't 20 feet of water.
It was 20 feet of water and air.
So I'll tell you what, right? So like, the ride was you get on it. It's like a rock thing. You get on the side.
Man. This is a ride?
Yeah, it's a ride.
Yeah, you woke up, you jump.
Woof,
I can't swim, so I never did it.
And you come down. You coming down to 20 feet. So look, the whole time
you can't see, so you don't know when you drop.
So you
that's what fuck you up.
So that's what I want to get over that fear to like not to be scared. So my thing has got
Oh God, bro.
I was just pumped. He was laughing doing some something. Like, I'm like, yo, you sure? I'm like, nah, but I'm gonna do it. He like, I don't know, because the soccer expert swimmers. I'm far from expert. Obviously, I'm right below like beginner. So it's like, but it's I'm good on some like, I'm in the hood and pool. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I know. But I think you're good.
Not swimming.
Watch this.
Just walking in the water.
I get on the joint. No lie. The moment I sat in that joint, I said,
this ain't it.
yeah, I fucked up. Yeah. I go, so I learned this breathing technique, so like, I panic.
Calm me down, man.
Calm me down, so I'm like,
all I was telling you to get your ass off the ride, man. It's too late.
No, that's Sean Kingston suicidal right there.
I'm over 200 pounds, boy. When I got on that thing, I'm like, shot. So we go to the slide. I'm ready for it. Alright, so I'm like, as I'm being too prepared, I wasn't ready at all. As I'm ready, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna drop any minute now. I'm thinking I'm gonna like drop down.
Hell no.
Shoot you, right?
My big ass up. I put my legs, I put my feet, I said, oh, yo.
So I'm looking over next time.
I go down, dude.
My son did not come back up. Yo,
I dropped.
Still like fucking cannonball.
Listen, in my mind, I'm like,
Oh, man.
So I'm like, nah, I got this. Tina was like, yo, it's like this shit is going in the air. So I'm thinking I'm doing all these things, right?
He's not coming up.
Like you in the ocean?
Yeah.
Well, look, I I went down probably like 15 feet. I went that deep. That was big. That gravity said, come in. So I went down in my head.
Oh, man.
God, it's
like, this is it.
I'm like, yeah, MJ, I'm sorry.
But you ain't had MJ.
He was there.
You ever seen a joint on Instagram where they playing the game?
I'm about to do some stupid shit.
No. They playing the game, and he like, yo, one of his mans asking like, yo, what's wrong? He like, yo, my pops just died. They say, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. He said, yeah, he drowned. So they all pause. And they must have laughing. Your pops don't know how to swim?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know how to swim?
So wrap that up, right? Yeah. I dropped that, right? In my mind, I heard the whistles blowing. I said, oh yeah, I'm good.
Hey, come to get me.
I said, yo, fuck it. Just relax now. I got about a few seconds to light off. Come get me. I'm good.
You heard the whistle 15 feet under the water?
Nah, it came out. I was just my big ass. Like when I heard the whistles, I started to chill.
On his drop, the guy upstairs is blowing the whistle.
I hit the water. I heard the whistle. You understand? Like 2 to 5 seconds, so much can happen. I'm like, fuck it.
Yo, drown.
So they don't grab me. They got me. They swim to the first of all, this was elite. 20 feet drop. At 20 feet drop, you have to swim over 11 feet, like a little distance. Damn. So like you gotta be a swimmer to know that. I'm not.
That's why I said they're expert swimmers.
Yeah. So they got me. They said me I didn't down here today.
Obviously.
So they told me, listen, man.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, you're bad. You're bad. So like I'm lazy river and shit. You can do that. So I'm like, yeah, cool.
And with a floaty.
I'm gonna do that anyway. So
there's a picture of you somewhere.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh man.
And so 2022.
You gonna learn to swim?
Nah, you gotta learn to swim, man.
Weather conditions. That was extreme.
There was no weather. That was extreme weather. Right.
It's water for me.
Gotcha. Right.
So I'm booking classes.
You need water to swim.
So yeah,
that's actually a good one. So it's not a revolution per se, but as Jackson's getting older, it's better to teach him to swim out there younger, right? And Jackson, one of his worst parts of the day is when you want to get him out of the tub. He's pissed the fuck off. Because when you got him in the water, you got his toys and shit, he's like fucking like Aquaman. So Becca can't swim, right? Maybe she can side swim, I don't know. But
I'm good. If I'm feet can touch, I'm good.
As long as it's 5 feet away in the side.
if he can touch a thing like you just walking. But I want them to do Mommy and Me Swim, right? We wanted to do it for this fall, but classes everywhere near around us, OD full. So definitely want to do Mommy and Me Swimming. All right, because I know I can swim. I ain't gonna fucking drown with your shit. But I'm gonna tell you exactly how I got to be this way. Every summer, once a year, right? That was like our family vacation and thing. Like I said, we was poor. We used to go to Jones Beach. We used to go to Pool House 4. That was the cleanest fucking one, and they had the best parking.
Yeah,
and my father, growing up in Haiti, he could swim like a motherfucker. So he would jump off the diving boards in the 10, 15 foot section or whatever, right?
Y'all ready?
So I'm like, man, he can do this shit. I can do this shit. I was fucking like 8, 9. What the fuck do I know? So I'm like, I'm gonna do this shit. So I got on the diving board. The person was there. He didn't give a fuck. He had the little Ray-Bans on. He like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Go ahead, little man. So I went and jumped. Boom. You all right?
So you ain't see that damn thing flying, man?
I
Be try to kill on camera.
Should have shot it. So I jumped into the deep end of the pool, right? In a similar situation. Like I just went and I was swimming my way up. As soon as I got to the surface, the lifeguard was to grab my hand. I said, I think I'm okay here. I wasn't. But in their mind, so exactly that. So in their mind, when I went, the way in which I was in the water and making my way up wasn't that of an avid swimmer. So they went and they got my ass out. And as soon as I got out, I got right back on that fucking line and jumped right back into that shit. But you see, from in my experience, it wasn't like that scary. Exactly. That's the major difference. The fact that as a kid, you don't have your same fears aren't the same And so me going and saying, yo, screw that shit, I'm going right back or whatever, that's what pushed me to become a much better swimmer. So now I'm a much better swimmer. And so I tell Becca, like, yo, like, you need to be a better swimmer. Like, same exact reason that we have kids now.
I got better. Since that was 2020. This year, 2021, I went to Florida. I was at the beach. And I had to test my joint, my swimming skills now. I was like, wow, I got this now. I've been in the water a few times. I could do this. So we in the beach playing fake volleyball. We had the beach ball smacking into each other. The ball went like flying. So I'm like, I got this now. I'm gonna go get it.
You like, hold on, everybody.
I got this.
You fucking with your life.
I want to say, you almost died. You almost died again, y'all.
I had goggles and shit, so I was ready.
What you need goggles for? It was a beach.
Nah, but this is me though. This is prepared. This is
You got a life vest on too? Your floaties?
I had the goggles. I had the pumping it like scuba diving joint. So I'm going for the ball.
You did the flippers?
I was wild. I was going there. So I was coming up, all that. Wow, get in, going back down. Wow. That might looks like it's gonna pop your phone.
It is. You're the beach.
I'm sure I control it behind it.
I was on my thing. That's why I was saying no. What?
And there was no more floor.
So I was like, oh no, I pushed that ball. I came back. I swam there. I swam back and I ain't drowned. Then I looked back, I went back to baby, listen, baby, it's over. You gotta call them other niggas over here.
Yeah, I learned.
Some dude went got it.
Oh yeah. I learned.
What was it? He was white?
How you said it?
I learned how to swim this summer.
You can't swim, man.
What, the summer? You was with me this summer? Nah, I jumped in the 15 feet, remember? At the parking in the pool in Long Island. Off the diving board, remember?
Yeah, but you want to like me, your feet touch the bottom, so you know you're good.
Nah, it was 15 feet. My feet not touching the bottom.
I'm saying that's why you pinned it.
I didn't pin it, nigga, I swear. What are you talking about?
So nobody saved you?
Nah, it was good.
All right.
And then I went to...
We got to play somebody a kid, so you jumping that's on you. He had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
He figured it out. He good.
That's fucked up.
He had it ready, so...
Yeah, figured it out. I know. This summer I learned how to like swim. I was swimming like sides before. Nah. Tia was my class. Yeah.
Nah, but real respectfully, like I want to say, like classes is amazing. Like I used to take my nephew to his swim classes, and now he can swim like he fucking grew up with Aquaman and them and shit. It's very important.
Fear is gone. So if I put him in the water, like that's why I want to do it because I know he want to do it. And I don't be the father that we go to the water park and my son wild and I can't wild with him.
Like Kalahari, we went to Kalahari with a lot of them kids. We were like, come on, you're probably crazy, bro.
Yeah,
there's one kid who went to do the dive shit, and he told his pops, he said the okie doke. He said, nah, and he went down the slide. He's like, I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah, like that's what make me want to do it because I know he my son can't swim. Like we throw him in the water. And he good. Like he's like the fear is gone. So he just know till this. He might go,
even at Kalahari, like I took Jackson, he had the they have to have the life jacket. But I took him into the wave pool to the far deep end. I just let his ass go. And he was just like, I'm good. So I did like what I'm gonna do, like obviously we want to put him in some classes so that he can learn, to swim. Right, to learn officially. But I have no problem, like we go to like a family crib and it's like a 2-foot pool or whatever, I'm just gonna drop his ass in there. So he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna figure it out.
This summer I did that with Steph. I threw him in there, no jacket, no nothing. He kept himself up.
And as young as they are, it's a natural like reaction for them because they've been in water so long, right? And so to close out, the 2021 year of this podcast, drum roll.
Oh yeah.
All right, get in there, Steve. Yeah, bring it in, goddamn it, lazy motherfucker.
That's for the week, real quick.
Say it again.
That's it for the week of the year.
That's a good one.
That's it.
All right, before that.
So you go say it first.
Dad, listen to the year. Go.
Boom. My down listen of the year is gonna be stay golden. The reason I say stay golden because real gold never changes. So basically, stay true to yourself.
That's it.
That's good.
That's what's up.
Go ahead,
I like
Steve.
that. I like that.
So my dad lesson of the year would be to stay focused. I mean, set a goal and try your hardest to achieve it. And if you don't achieve it, that doesn't mean you just give up on your goal. Just keep going. Go harder. Go harder. And
I ain't gonna cut you off.
no, that's it.
Yeah, I know all season, right? Yeah, Steve, man. Yeah. But I really don't have one, but what coming to my mind, I know. What comes to my mind is pretty much, I guess, believe in yourself. It's kind of like what my brother said earlier. You bet on yourself always, at all times. Always bet on yourself, because a lot of times people have a habit of believing others of shit they could do themselves, and stop giving people your power, like that one that harnesses. So just always believe in it. Yo, if you want to turn around and start shit, I don't care. You want to turn around and start a shirt company. Believe in that shit. Don't go betting on somebody else who just had the idea. Be the one who has the idea. Be the one that's actually put it and achieving it. Which is pretty much how we ended up here. You had an idea on something, and we literally just went and did it, and it just took off, whatever it is. So just believe in yourself 110%, 200%, and fuck all the opposition to it.
Right.
I think I stole yours.
Nope, you said this time.
You stole it. Yeah.
Nah.
Why take me on the lane?
Nah, not even.
We doing this getting time.
But, right? So,
That didn't fly right here.
right now, I ain't gonna lie.
I gave you like 5 more seconds.
Papa's wings. In 2021, it isn't necessarily a dadding lesson for me. It's more of just a people thing, right? Learn to express yourself. And I don't mean that in terms of being like overly expressive and dramatic or whatever the case is. It's if you feel how you feel about something, be able to be cognizant of that and express yourself about that. Whether, like I said in the last episode, whether it's friendship, kinship, relationships,
Taking the shit.
taking the shit, you know what I'm saying? Work. You know yourself better than anybody else. You know how you feel about what it is that you feel about. Understand that, own that, and know that nobody else can tell you about yourself. In that moment, however you feel, people need to respect that and understand that. And I feel like that's very, very important in all terms of ships and shits. And so that's my dad lesson of the year. Learn yourself, be expressive, and just be honest with yourself. And so kind of back, we was going back to.
Oh yeah, what he was doing.
Without further ado, right? Without further ado, people. So we will be having a moderately drastic change in 2022. We will no longer be doing the Daddin N Sh podcast. Oh, teary eyes, y'all be all right.
Yeah.
What we are going to be pivoting towards is rebranding of our business, our corporate structure of things, and we'll be known as
Just Daddin. The podcast.
Just Daddin, the podcast. We will explain, in the new year, where this came from, why we're choosing to do so, the benefits behind it, and why, everything behind all of that. But trust and believe.
It's still Daddin and shit regardless.
Yeah, trust me. It's still Daddin and Shit is the umbrella to what it is that we do and how it is that we do it. But the just dadding, it serves a significant purpose for a lot of what we want to continue to do and continue to build on in growth. We recognize that, and we're cognizant of it. We understand that, and we know what is going to bring for us. And we're excited about that. We have so much under this new title to bring you guys at home. We hope you're excited for it, just as we are.
We got a huge announcement. We're not going to speak about it yet. We're going to announce it probably in a few more months, though.
Yeah.
So
we're making it happen.
So
Yeah,
with
that's
this,
pretty big.
with the Just Daddin podcast, we really want to give people. I was thinking fathers, but just people in general their flowers. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's the direction we're gonna go.
Mothers also.
Yeah, their flowers.
mothers
Like
also-
Georgie deserves her flowers. She's awesome.
Absolutely.
All the female guests that we have on our show, they deserve their flowers. All our female supporters,
Absolutely.
all the mothers out there, you guys deserve your flowers.
And a little bit to what Sai just alluded, right? So with the mothers, so we will have a lot more in store with that coming as well. For the kids at home, which is honestly what we do this for, right? This all stems from us being fathers of children, obviously. We have a lot more in store for them. And for obviously, if you can't read into it for many reasons, the title change and the structural change is going to serve for a significant purpose and growth for everything that we're doing here. So we cannot wait to show you so much we have in store. You guys see an hour and a half of us, weekly, if that, but day in and day out, we're hustling, putting together a lot more content creation, not just, for the audio and visual, but so much behind it of what our structure and what we want to provide you guys with is. So we're going to leave it at that. So in the new year, you guys will see a new us in a sense. It's still us. It's still us. Just another, light on that. I want to thank everybody for 2021. Steve, Saya, Chris, Preach, Kendall, our significant others, our children, who inspire us, our fans, all of the guests, and sponsors that we worked with in 2021. We appreciate you all. We have so much more to come, and we appreciate your faith in us, your support. And with that being said, Happy New Year, y'all.
New Year, y'all. Peace.